Hey, what's going on, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so Bradley Beal has opted out of his deal. 36 million. I don't know which way he's leaning. I don't know. His loyalty to the Washington Wizards has been, up there with some of the great loyalists, I guess you can say there's been, because they have not given him a whole lot of reasons to believe, and he's never left. But him opting out of 36 is scary if you're a Wizards fan who wants him to stay. Because if he's opting out of 36, that means either he's got a better deal somewhere else, or he's going to take a pay cut so you guys can get even better. It's got to be one or the other, man. It's got to be one or the other. He's going to try to get maybe even a supermax. Maybe that's the third option. Maybe he's opted out so he can be eligible for 200 million or something like that. I think someone said that's what the option is. I guess that's what's going on. Okay. So, it's one of those three options. I think it's the third option. I believe he's opting out in hopes of getting the deal that Kyrie wanted. The 5-year, 200, whatever would be absolutely maximum. And my guess is he signs something like that and remains with the Wizards. This is my guess. Just my guess. Because his other option is to go join Dame in Portland. They got his money. They got the role. He could slip in and just be CJ. But that's the point. You're going to slip in and just be CJ. That's all it is. You're going to win. You're not going to win no more games or no less than they did, in my opinion. Well, you probably win a couple more games because you got Bradley Beal, who's a little better than CJ, respectfully. And you got Jeremy Grant, so that's pretty good. But to be completely honest with you, you're going to have trouble with certain younger teams like the Pelicans and the Timberwolves and the Clippers. Well, the Clippers aren't younger, but you get the point. They're better than you, even if you do this. So, I don't know. Very interesting stuff to see what happens here if Bradley Beal was to happen to go to Portland. I think something weird could happen. I think something weird can happen as my mind starts to scramble around. Because, well, let's just lean on this. I think he's going to re-sign with the Washington Wizards. He's going to sign a big contract. Now, whether that contract that he signed stays with the Wizards is an entirely different conversation, and that's what I wonder about. If he were to sign some super duper hyper max contract, would it actually stay in Washington? I have my doubts about that. And that's something he should be thinking about, whether they wanted to ship it out now or ship it out in a year from now. I can tell you this. It's not going to be long before that's looked at as a bad contract. It's not going to be long. Because he is definitely not going to be heading upwards in his trajectory, and that contract is going to get more expensive by the year. We know that. So whoever's going to be inheriting that contract needs to understand that. If it's going to be Portland, we just got out of this situation. I don't know. If it's Washington, you got the cap space to do it. He's your cornerstone piece, so I guess you can bring whatever you want to him if you want to continue building around him. It makes a lot more sense for you to have that contract than say Portland, in my opinion. And plus, for Bradley's, I guess, legacy, if you're a loyal person, the last thing you want to do is leave your spot to join another super loyal person to help him stay loyal to his situation. That just doesn't add up in any way. The mentality of that doesn't make sense to me, honestly. I don't see that being a competitor's way of doing things. Unless he's just done with Washington and wants to respect that loyalty and so on and so forth, maybe, but I don't see that. I think loyalty stays where it's at. You join me. Like, that's how I'd look at it. If I'm Bradley Beal, I'm telling Dame, you join me. You loyal, I'm loyal. Somebody got to break. It ain't going to be me because I'm loyal too. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. So I don't know how Bradley's looking at it. But there's a million ways to look at it. I think it would be a questionable fit as well if Portland were to do it because I don't like the defense there. What about, some of the other pieces that they have. Obviously, just picked up Shaden Sharp. I think um, Simons is a restricted free agent. I don't know if you match him. Maybe he goes somewhere. Where he goes is a good question mark. So it's a lot of stuff to wonder about. Honestly, it's a whole lot to wonder about in regards to just Bradley Beal and the prospect of going maybe to Portland particularly. Now, him opting out gives him a lot of options. Obviously, there are going to be other teams, maybe like Detroit. They could offer him something. That's an intriguing situation. I've always said that was an intriguing situation. But then again, they just picked up Ivy. I don't know if you're moving him to the three. Still got Bay. So it's a lot of stuff there that would keep that from being attractive. But they have the money, you know. Spurs, maybe they moving some things around. If DeJounte's going out, they got all kinds of cap space. Maybe they look at him. I don't see that being the spot though. It's just that's the thing about a guy that's opting out this year. It's like if he doesn't have his eyes on one of those few teams, which aren't really the most desirable teams in the world, then opting out just means he's trying to restructure to go back to the spot that he's leaving. Unless there's some type of sign and trade situation that takes place, which is extremely possible given the fact that there's the Laker contract floating around, Ayton and his uncertainty situation, Kyrie and his situation being uncertain. I think Bradley Beal could be involved in a sign and trade involving that at any moment. Yeah, that could happen at any moment. He could end up in any one of those spots. So this is something to think about as well. But that is what we have. That's what the tea leaves show me, man. Bradley Beal situation. He's opting out, and he's probably looking for more money. So that's what I got. BDF 44. I thank you all for watching.